so before we start this one off, I just wanted to give you a quick update on my sand car. You'll see when we start off, I was showing that it was ready to go to powder. It is actually off at powder coat right now. I was so excited dropping it off that I zoned it and forgot to film any of it. Tom was hanging out with me for the day. We were just hanging out, having a good time, laughing, and I didn't film any of it. I feel like such an idiot, but my car is off at powder. And so this video is just gonna be an update. I've got PFI Speedfest coming up. So just a bunch of updates on my project car and Che Bella and what's going on right now. Not a whole lot of Glamis stuff going on right now, but I will be out there in the next couple weeks doing some filming as well. So I'll bring you some more Glamis action. But for now, let's jump into this video. Well, she's out of the shop. All the parts are stacked up. I've got to go home and get the front A-arms ready for powder coat, along with the tie rods and everything else that's going to powder. Monday morning, boys. She is going off the powder coat. I am fired up. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. As you guys may see from the background, I'm out at the front of my house today. And that is because we are moving things around. PFI Speedfest is coming up May 3rd in Pueblo, Colorado. And I've got to get Che Bella out of the trailer and get her ready to race. I got all kinds of updates on that car, all kinds of stuff going on for it. I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. As you can see, I got Chevella out here in the front driveway. I've got Sherry's Gia out here. All kinds of stuff just getting moved. This thing's totally drivable now. Kirsty just killed it on the bodywork. So we're gonna jump back here into the backyard, get a few things moved around. I've got to get Che Bella out of the enclosed trailer. And I've got a bunch of work going on in the yard as well. So it's going to be kind of rough, but we'll get it done. Buddy's Mustang up on the lift. We're waiting for the tires to come for that. He was supposed to get those to me yesterday, but no show. That's okay. Got a bunch of things moved around. Got old Cleet's car moved. We're going to get it out of the way so I can get the enclosed out. And Razzle Dazzle's on the other side. So I got my truck. That's a big gate open. And we're going to grab the McFarland racing trailer, get it drug out here, and get my Civic out of there. We got the trailer out, and we're gonna see what kind of condition the Honda's in after sitting for a little while inside here. I know I buried her in some tires too, so we shall see. I've got to get to work on this trailer too, because May 3rd is coming up real fast. All right, boys. Let's see how old Che Bella's doing. All right, so far so good. She's looking all right. There's no birds living in here. It did get a little wet because I didn't fix that vent yet. I should probably go get one today. But we'll get some of this stuff moved out of the way, and we will get Che Bella out of the car or out of the trailer and into the shop. Well, it is a couple hours later. I did get my car out of the trailer. When I put this thing in there a couple months ago, I didn't plan on leaving it in there that long. And, you know, life happens, things get in the way. I made a huge mistake. So I run the PC, I want to say 625. I run the little Odyssey battery. And these batteries are good and they will work great for you if you keep them charged. My trick is to disconnect the negative when I park the car, leave the negative off, and that way there's no draw on it ever, and it's always worked fine for me. Unfortunately, when I put Che Bella in the trailer, I did not disconnect the negative. The battery was flatlined, the car wouldn't start. It was a whole thing. Took a jump box, took my no-code jump box, and my big Snap-on deal to get this thing started and moved in here. Ran down to Batteries Plus because that's where I bought this. And the reason I buy these from Batteries Plus is because these have a 2-year warranty on them. So I charged it, it wouldn't hold the charge, took it back, did a straight over-the-counter replacement for free. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this thing back in and get old Che Bella running again. I don't know if you guys know this. This thing had factory Type R seats in it, Integra Type R seats. I sold them. And the reason that I sold them was to fund the new seats that are going in here. I'm putting aluminum Kirky seats. The problem now is, now that I've got the Whitfield cage in here, or any cage for that matter, the factory seats sit up too high, and it puts my head with the helmet on too close to the cage bars up here. Totally dangerous, so we don't want that. So yeah, we're going to get some Kirky aluminums. I've got them on order. They should be here sometime this week. I can get the seats put back in the car, and then there's a couple little things that I want to do to it before Speedfest. I really don't think I'm going to have enough time to get the new motor, which is down here, together. I'm still waiting on the pistons to show up for that and the rods. I won't have time to get it in, so we're going to probably run the first Speedfest event on this motor, and I'm really going to turn it up this time. Because I have a spare motor, I'm going to turn this one up and see where she takes us. So that's where we're at right now, guys. I got a couple things to clean up on Che Bella and get ready to put the seats in. So that's kind of where we're at today. Like I said, still waiting on the tires for the Mustang. And my hope is to be able to take this. There's 4 PFI Speedfests this year. There's 2 in Pueblo, 2 in Nebraska. My hopes is that one of the events, I'm going to be able to campaign both cars. So I'm going to take the Bug and the Honda and drag race them both in 2 separate classes, which will be cool. So I honestly think that both of them will probably fit in the enclosed. So anyways, guys, that's where we're at right now. I'm going to start getting to work on this thing. Kinds of stuff going on around the house and the compound here, but somebody gifted us, some friends of the channel gifted us a BMW i3. It's all electric. It's got a little bit of a battery issue. It only charges to like 40 miles. It's supposed to charge to like 80 to 100. I'm going to look into that, but what do you guys think we ought to do with this thing? I was thinking I was going to cut the body off of it and make it like an off-road go-kart, or like a equivalent to like what Leroy looks like, but electric, maybe the E-Roy deal, but in BMW. But check that out, guys. It did take a little bit of a shot in the back here. It broke the glass for the hatch. I started looking into getting this glass, and you have to replace the whole tailgate assembly. But man, I don't know, guys. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think I ought to do with this thing. Should we do a giveaway, or should I make it like an e-cart? Let me know. I have got a grip of work to do. As you can see, my buddy's Mustang's still up here on the lift. We're waiting on some parts to come in for that. But I've got to really get ripping on Che Bella. I've got a lot of upgrades that I've already completed and some stuff that I still need to do. For starters, I ditched the seats and we're switching to Kirkys. It's going to save me about 75 or 80 pounds between both Kirky seats. I've got to put one over there because I've got to have 2 seats in the car. I went ahead and bought the pre-made brackets, which saved me time to having to make them. Bolted them right in. I do have to make a bracket in the back here that supports the back of the seat. That's not a big deal. I'll make the bracket and I'll have Brandon come over and TIG weld that for me. I have switched to FCS Race complete rear suspension. I don't remember if I've updated you guys on that or not, but as you guys can see from underneath, full FCS Race rear suspension. They're all-wheel drive kit, so now I'm running the full FCS Race kit. So that is going to allow me to lower the back end of this car because the tires are sucked in a little bit more. They won't rub anymore, and we're going to get the height closer to the tire, get this thing sitting down lower to the ground, just make it that much faster. And then I did do a ditch the e-brake, and I went ahead and bought a different bracket, and I'm adding a staging brake. That way I don't have to pull up on the e-brake handle anymore. I don't worry about them anymore. The cool thing about this one, I bought the cheap one on Amazon, but it seemed pretty cool. It had the reservoir built in. It's got an emergency brake attached to it, so when you pull back, you can just flip that up and you've got e-brake still. And then just pull it and release it when you're done. So I've got to run the brake lines back there, get the rear brakes bled, rebleed the front brakes. So now my brake pedal will be my front brakes only, and then I'll pull this for the rear, and that helps us get staged. So we stage on the rear brake, we light the beams with the rear brake, and then as soon as the tree comes down, we let that go and rip. So that should get my reaction times and maybe my 60 foots down a little bit better. And then this motor, this is my little motor. This is just a little 81 millimeter GSR deal. I don't even remember if this one's sleeved or not. It might be CSS. I think it's sleeved. This motor makes 650. Really happy with it. Car went 960 with this motor, and that was with me on the keyboards, and I'm not the greatest with the software and stuff. If I had had Jamie with me working on the tune as I was making passes, this thing would have went a lot faster. I did, however, get kicked out of my local track. It's an NHRA certified track, and I was going faster than the rules allow for the stuff that's done to my car. I do have an 850 certed cage. Unfortunately, I was trapping pretty close to 150 miles an hour when I was making some passes, and I do not yet have a parachute. So that is going to happen before the end of this month. I may even temporarily just do the license plate deal where it sits here and then take the hitch out, and then the parachute will go into the hitch. I know it's a little bit low, but it'll at least get me by until I can get the bar built in the back bumper. System is behind the back bumper. My Aeromotive A1000's back there and my fuel filters. So I may have to relocate some stuff. In the meantime, you can use the hitch receiver as your parachute. And then there's the big one. The big one's over here, boys. Yeah, I'm going super big. I want Che Bella to make 1,000 horsepower, and I've got the friends in the industry and the gear to do it. Huge shout out to my boy Tom. You guys know Tom from all the videos. His boat motor over there. You guys know Tom. He hooked me up with the Trom pistons that I needed. And then Jason over at FCS Race had a set of brand new MGP rods sitting, aluminum rods. So we're definitely going aluminum rod motor. Going big, guys. And then what can I say about Anthony? Anthony Donalo, baby boy. I've known him for many, many years. He used to work at RS Machine, and now he is doing his own thing. And he took my old GSR block that had drop sleeves in it. And check that out, boys. Re-sleeved it with Dartons. He got Darton blanks. And he was able to sleeve this for me, re-sleeve my block, because my old sleeves, my old LA sleeves that were in here dropped, and they didn't set this up right. And he just worked his freaking magic on this thing. Look at that, boys. Just knocked it out of the freaking park, man. I am fired up. That is so freaking awesome. Did a great job. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the bearings ordered, and we are shooting for 1,000 horsepower, boys. Get this thing wrapped back up. As soon as Tom's motor gets off the stand, I'll get this thing bolted up on there, and then we're going to get to build a new motor, boys. In the meantime, there's plenty to do here. I've got a lot of parts coming in. Going to ditch the front bar that goes across from my traction bar, and I got a weight plate bar. So we're going to add a little bit more. We're losing some weight in the car. We're going to move it to in front of the tires. Try to get those 60 foots down a little bit better. So that's on its way as well. Staging brake lines I got to make and get them bled, and then get this thing lowered down and back to work on old Che Bella. And it looks like my seat belts are only going to be good for the first event. They're only good till June 2025. I'm going to have to buy some new belts. So what I'll do is transfer this one over to the passenger side, because that one doesn't need to be certed, and then I'll get a new one for the driver's side, and we should be all good to go. So like I said, guys, this was just a quick update video. Let you guys know what's going on. Like I said, I will be back out in Glamis. And drop a comment down below and let me know what we should do with that BMW i3. What do you guys want to do? We want to make an e-cart, want to make a sand rail out of it, do a giveaway, who knows? But drop a comment down below, let us know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and we will see you guys in the next video.